In this video, I am going to explain the basics of Advanced Sine Test. Our first step is to press Create Test button. Here we see a test settings window. The first tab you will see is a Profile tab. This tab is similar with the regular Sine Test tab, so I think you are familiar with it. But I will explain the basics. Here we can enter the profile lines by entering their frequencies and amplitudes, change abort tolerance, and also change the sweep rate. Let's create a simple sine test profile. Here on the right side you can see additional options for profile creation. Using calculate point of intersection, you can find the intersection point of two profile lines. Calculate sine point allows you to use a special sine point calculator, which will help you to find acceleration, velocity, displacement, and frequency by knowing only two of these parameters. The final button, Calculate maximum profile, will create a test profile using the maximum values of your shaker. In the bottom of the tab, you can recalculate your profile for the desired time period. After the profile is created, let's create a schedule for the test. We can run Advanced Sine in multiple different configurations. We can run it as a regular sine test, as a multitone sweep, as a multisine, and in a stepped sweep mode. Let's see all the modes with examples. Regular sine test. In this mode, you can select such commands as sweep, run profile, hold frequencies, create cycles, pause the test, create reports, and so on. If you have already used our software, I think you are familiar with these commands. Let's add sweep and hold frequency to our profile. Now we will skip step-by-step test tab and go to control. Here you can set the parameters for starting up, running the test like sample rate, compression, startup voltage, and some regulation parameters. We will use the default values for all our examples. The next tab is limits. Here we set our shaker, set the load mass, enter the voltage limit and set voltage to acceleration coefficient. The next tab is channels. Here we are going to have 4 channels with sensitivity of 100 mV per G. The first one will be control and the other channels will be measuring. And the final tab is analysis. Here we can set the parameters for test recording, and now we have a new option, octave analysis. Here on the right side you can enable it and set the desired parameters. Now let's apply the settings and run the test. To see the difference between all advanced sine modes, we will use two graphs, acceleration versus time and acceleration versus frequency. So let's start the test. Here you see that we're running straight through our schedule. Now let's talk about multitone sweep. Using this option, we can have only one command in the profile. We need to enter the number of tones, select the level, and set a duration. Let's use 4 tones at the same time. All the other tabs will have the default settings as in previous example. Here, after the start, you can see 4 frequency cursors on the graph. This option helps to reduce test time and is widely used in automotive testing. Now let's talk about Multisine Mode. Using this feature, we can create an advanced profile with multiple different commands, which will run at the same time using multiple sine tones. In the schedule, we need two main commands, which will start and end multisine. After that, we will add some commands between them. Let's add 2 sweeps and 2 hold frequency commands. So when running the test, you can see that we have all these commands running at the same time. And finally, stepped sweep mode. In the stepped sweep mode, we need to have this type of command in the schedule. Let's enter the start and end frequency and go to the step-by-step test tab. Here we need to set a desired time for running the sine signal and the pause between the steps. We can also change the step in signal in linear or logarithmic step. After you start the test, you can see that we run the sine for the desired time and then keep it on pause. So we have covered the 4 variants of running Advanced Sine in Test software. That's all for today. I hope you enjoyed the video and learned something new from it. Goodbye.